listening to Proof Text, a GlossaHouse podcast by Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb, Dr. Frederick J. Long, Dr. Mario Melendez, Dr. Jennifer Noonan, and J. M. Smith. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Proof Text. I am Michael Halcomb, and in this episode, I'm thinking about three things. And once again, I'm thinking about three new GlossaHouse resources, and I'm really excited about these. These aren't Greek resources or Hebrew resources or Latin resources like we've been seeing. It's a little bit of a change of pace, but they're great resources, and I'm going to put them on your radar right now. Two of them aren't even listed on the website yet, but they will be this week. So, all right, let's get to it. If you're watching, you're going to benefit a little bit more from this because you're going to be able to see what the covers look like and what the interiors look like. If you're just listening, that's fine. You'll get the idea. But if you're just listening, it'd be beneficial later on to go back and watch so that you can see and benefit from what's on the inside, just like everybody else. So here in just a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these resources up, and you're going to get to look inside. So this is an early preview. One of them is already live on the site. But, all right, let's go ahead and look inside. You get a sneak peek at a couple of them. So the first one is my new book on Psalms. Now, this is collection 1, where I look at Psalms 1 to 41. It's in the GlossaHouse Spiritual Discipline series. It's the 6th volume in that series, and we'll have more in this Psalms collection that I'm working on. Basically, what this is, as the subtitle or the title and subtitle say, the title is Psalms Remixed, and the subtitle is Ancient Hebrew Poetry in English Spoken Word. So what I'm doing here is I'm not trying to translate the Psalms like if I were going from Hebrew into English and trying to be very like on point with everything, but I'm looking at the Psalms and rewriting them verse by verse, sort of as spoken word, like original spoken word that is created by me. So I'll inject some of my own context, my own story into that, and try to have it intersect with the ancient world. And this is really cool. So it looks at the first book of the Psalms. You know, the Psalms is broken up into 5 different books and tells a sort of narrative. And this looks at the first book. It's really cool. So let's look inside. I think it's really cool. It's done in magazine style. And you can, if you're looking, you can see here, like Psalm 1, right? It's got this beautiful scenic background of a road. And I titled the Psalm, my rendition of it, No Middle Ground. And yeah, you can see that there. Psalm 2, it's beautiful. It's got this big mountains in the background. It's titled One King. Psalm 3, you got this crack in the pavement. It's titled Selah. So it's beautiful, 8.5 by 11 magazine style like this. Just put in modern slang, modern English. Yeah, a very sort of hip-hoppy vibe to it. Spoken word is what it is. And so I'm excited about this. This will be out on the website for GlossaHouse this week. It's called Psalms Remixed. So that's the first one. It's by yours truly. The second one is by a world-renowned scholar by the name of David Bauer. He is a dean and professor at Asbury Theological Seminary, one of my old professors, a great guy. And this is called The Essential Guide to Biblical Resources for Ministry. A beautiful cover I've designed here. The idea is it sort of shows these rings, kind of like a tree, or that like different layers of shale. And it's going back into history, so to speak, but it's bright and colorful and lively. And so that's what we're doing here. We're looking back across the history of biblical studies, and we're getting to see different layers of history and scholarship, and Bauer brings that to the fore here. So we'll look inside this book. It's a long book, 400 plus pages, and so let's just look at the table of contents, and you'll see he's got this first section called the whole Bible, and he goes through like Bible atlases, Bible archaeology, concordances, topical concordances, Bible dictionaries. And he's got there's a bunch more there. The Old Testament, a section for that. Uh, History and geography, grammars, lexicon, dictionaries, uh, all kinds of stuff. And he goes through each book and lists resources. It's amazing. Early Judaism, he's got a section on that. He's got a section on the New Testament, just topics, and then goes book by book. Really incredible what Bauer's done here. You can get an idea. Essentially, what he does is under topical concordances, for example, he's going to give the bibliographic information. He's got a small write-up on it. I mean, this is an encyclopedic knowledge of things. Amazing. And he just does this. So he's going to give you a paragraph, a summary of what each of these resources is about. This is over 400 pages long. So if you're ever like, man, what atlas should I get? Or what concordance? Or what dictionary? What encyclopedia? What commentary? This is the book to go to. Hands down. You won't beat anything. Nothing will beat this. This is incredible. And just an encyclopedic knowledge here, The Essential Guide to Biblical Resources for Ministry. Great book. Get it. It's selling a lot too. It's doing really well. So go get your copy now. You don't want to miss out on this. This belongs in every pastor's shelf, every teacher's shelf, every Bible teacher's shelf, every Bible scholar's shelf, every theologian's shelf. Yeah, you need this. Next, the third resource I want to draw your attention to is called Deep Prayer, a journal of kingdom cries shaped by the Gospels and Psalms. And this is the third volume in that, but it's the fifth volume in the GlossaHouse Spiritual Discipline series. This is written by me, but a few other people had input on this. My wife being one of them, and then Jeremy Spencer and Maria Swedeen, who both go to church with me, or we all four go to church together, really. And what this is, because I've been publishing my prayer journal every year for the last couple years. This is the third one, so it's volume 3, and this time they're in on it. It's not just me. So this is a collection of 255 prayers that our church's liturgy team developed over the course of the past year, over 2022 and 2023. And every week at our congregation, we have a new liturgy, but it follows the same general format, and it's all built around that week's focal passage. We've been preaching through the Gospel of Mark. We've had some Psalms preached, and then we had some stuff for Advent and Easter that was special. So I'll let you look inside here. This should be out later this week. All right, let me go on here. So basically the way that you can read more about our liturgy process in the introduction, but so these are going to be prayers shaped by Mark 1:1. There's going to be 5 prayers shaped by whatever the focal passage is for that week. So we'll begin with a prayer of praise or a litany, and then a prayer of commitment, and then a prayer of confession, and a pastoral prayer, and a benediction. Those are the 5 types of prayers we pray every week at the bridge. So you can see this second week shaped by Mark 1:2. So if you're preaching through like Mark or the Psalms or anything, this would be a great book to have. If you're teaching through it, you can open class. You can pray through the scriptures this way. So even if you're just doing an individual study, it's a great way to pray through the scriptures. You can just replace the we's with I's. So there's a space down at the bottom of every page for reflections. So if you're praying through this, you can write your own reflections, maybe write your own prayers based off of these. So this is great stuff. I'm convinced, well, I'll say it this way. I find it sad, like all the millions of Christians praying in hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of churches around the world every week, week in and week out, and so many of those prayers are just gone. They're not recorded for posterity's sake. I mean, imagine how many volumes of prayer books we would have if the churches saved their prayers. Now, if that's something you're interested in, maybe get in touch with me, and maybe we could fit it into this GlossaHouse Spiritual Discipline series on down the road. But I'm excited about this, and this could give you a good template for how to do that. So those are three resources. We got the Psalms Remixed, Ancient Hebrew Poetry and English Spoken Word. We got the Essential Guide to Biblical Resources for Ministry. And we've got Deep Prayer, a journal of kingdom cries shaped by the Gospels and Psalms. And those are three new books. The Bauer book is already out on the GlossaHouse website. As I said, it's selling well. It's doing great. It's blessing a lot of people. And the Psalms Remix and the Deep Prayer books will hit the website this week as well. So I'd encourage you to get over and to the GlossaHouse.com website and get these and support GlossaHouse, our ministry, so we can bless a bunch of people. It's a lot of great stuff here, a lot of hard work put into these resources, and we are just super pleased and proud to share them with folks. All right, I'm going to stop there. For now, that's three things, and I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? GlossaHouse can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, GlossaHouse offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. GlossaHouse, language resources for the global community.